where do we start when we want to make a great dubstep track? Well, I always recommend starting with the drums. Most people get stuck when they start making wobbles first because you can't really make a great bass line if you don't know what the drums are doing. You really need the spaces in between the drums to shape your bass line. So let's start making a drum track first. When Ableton Live opens up, you can see that it's in clip view with all these little clips here. We don't really need that, so go over to the right and click on this toggle button, and that will bring us to arrange view, which is basically a track from left to right. Next, download the samples that come with this tutorial and put them on your desktop like I've done, and it looks like this. Just a folder with 4 files in it. Now as soon as I open them in Ableton, it will start analyzing these files. You can use any of the 3 file browsers on the left here to browse files on your drive. Simply click the toggle down button here and go to your desktop to bring up what's on your desktop. And I'm going to open up the samples folder, and now when I click these files, as long as my headphone button is turned on, it will preview them within Live. Now what's happened in the background is that Ableton has already analyzed these files. If I go back to my browser here, you can see that there's been an analysis file made where the other files are. Don't worry about this, just let it sit there. That's just for Ableton's use. Alright, next we need to zoom into our track view, and we could do this by hovering mouse over on its top part here, which is this thin line that is an overview of our entire track. And when we're zoomed in, very handy. And we're going to click on it and pull the mouse down, and then it will zoom in. I'm also going to move my mouse to the left so I can make sure that 1 and 2 are in view. Now as soon as I zoom in more, you can see more numbers are being created. 1.2, 0.3, 0.4. What do these mean? Well, it's real easy. In music, when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's basically what these are. From 1 to 2 is a measure, and in between is your beats. Alright, next we're going to grab this loop brace and move it over to the left and scale it in a little bit so that it sits on 1 and the 2. And then we're going to turn looping on so that when we play it, it loops back, and that allows us to shape our drums. Let me push in even more so that I can use most of the screen space here for this one measure. And now we're going to drag in our files to shape our drums. So first we're going to drag in a kick on the 1, and then we're going to drag in a clap on the 1.3. Alright, now when I play this back, and first I hit my stop button, because when I hit stop when the sound's not playing, it actually moves my playhead to the beginning of the track right here. Now when I hit play, it sounds like this. Well, and that's a very, very basic drum for dubstep, but it's not great at all, so we need to do some work. First, let's crank up the tempo to 140 beats per minute just by clicking on the tempo and typing 140, enter. And as you can see now, it will play back a lot faster. Also, we're going to get rid of this excess here at the end of these files. We just hit backspace there and here because we don't need it. There's no audio there. And now when we play it back, it is a little bit faster, but still pretty boring. So what we need to do is we need to add some hats. So grab this hat and drag it just underneath these 2 tracks, and that will automatically create a new track for us. Let's scroll open this audio track here so you can see. And in this case, we do need the full audio file. Now with this one selected, press Command D on the Mac or Control D on Windows, and this will duplicate it. Then I actually pressed that 3 times, and now when I play back, hit stop and play, it will sound like this. That's a lot better already, but still pretty boring. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all this and do that Command D or Control D thing again, and now we have 2 measures. Let's zoom out a little bit and enlarge in the loop brace so that we can preview all of this. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this kick by actually alt clicking and dragging, and I'm going to put one right before the clap, and it sounds like this. That's a lot more dubsteppy already. Alright, let's do this one again and duplicate it. Command D, Control D, extend the loop brace. And now we're going to add some stuff here. Let me duplicate this kick again just before the 3. See what this sounds like. And I want to make this dot 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 dot. So we're gonna duplicate this one more time. Actually move it over so that it's halfway on the 4.2. So give you a really funky feel. Here, check what this sounds like. And that's your basic drum right here. We're going to add some stabs in the next video, and we're going to shape our sounds a little bit. So let's move on. It's quite easy so far, but it will slowly get harder. Don't worry about it. All right, let's go to the next one.